Why surviving on Amazon is getting hard and what you can do about it. I'm Chris Turton, Amazon expert and owner of one of the UK's biggest Amazon agencies. Just look at some of these incredible results we've achieved for our clients. If you sell on Amazon and it feels like you're running faster just to stay in the same place, you're not imagining it. Because the cost of survival on Amazon isn't one thing, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Fees, storage rules, inbound decisions, returns, ads, and the hidden penalties that only show up after you're already stressed. And the punchline, even when Amazon holds some base fees flat, new fee mechanics and operational friction can still push your all-in costs up. For example, Amazon introduced and expanded things like the inbound placement fees and seasonal peak fulfillment fees, both of which materially changed unit economics. In this video, I'm going to break down why your costs keep climbing, which is the real drivers, the unit economic leaks that kill profit quietly, a 30-day survival plan to get your margin back, and a prevention system so you don't keep donating profits to the machine. Let's do it. Amazon is not a set it and forget it channel. It never has been. It's closer to a toll road. Every sale pays a toll in your referral fees. Every unit shipped pays a toll in fulfillment, shipping, and inbound placement costs. And every monthly inventory pays a toll. So that's the storage, aged inventory, pressure, IPI scores, etc. Every customer acquisition increasingly pays a toll in terms of ads. Even Amazon's own pricing pages remind you referral fees vary by category, and most are between 8 to 15%. That's the first toll, before you've done anything else. And if you're in the UK, your seller plan has a fixed cost too, which is £25 a month ex VAT for a professional, or 75 cents per unit on an individual plan, and that's also similar in the US. So if you're feeling squeezed, it's because you are. The question is, where exactly is margin leaking, and what levers do you actually control? These are the 5 reasons your cost of survival keeps climbing. Number 1, new fee layers and optional fees that aren't really optional. Amazon has increasingly moved from one fulfillment fee to fee stacks. A perfect example would be an FBA inbound placement fee, the cost you pay based on how your shipment is distributed across fulfillment centers. The structure and dates have been updated over time, including published rate windows and options tied to how many locations you send inventory to. Amazon's US fee structures updates note holiday peak fulfillment fees apply from October through January. So Q4 isn't just more volume, it's often more cost per unit too. And for 2026, Amazon stated that US FBA fees increased by an average of 8 cents per unit, while also pointing to 2025 having no increase in the US referral and FBA fees. It sounds small until you multiply it across thousands of units and stack it with everything else. Number 2, inventory costs punish indecision. Inventory is where most sellers are quietly bleeding out. The longer stock sits, the more you pay in storage, long-term aged inventory pressures, removals, disposals, and the opportunity cost of cash locked in boxes. Even when the headline fee isn't raised, Amazon's inventory rules and fees create a strong incentive to turn it faster or pay for the privilege of being slow. Your margin isn't just COGS and fees, it's COGS plus fees plus time. And this is also important when we look at the Amazon vendor seller relationship as well as the seller relationship. Number 3, advertising becomes a tax when your listing isn't defensible. A lot of brands now use PPC not to grow, but to hold position. When your differentiation is weak, PPC becomes a bidding war, and bidding wars turn into Amazon rent. This is why your ACoS can look fine while your business is dying. You're paying to buy your own customers. Your organic share shrinks. You become dependent on spend just to keep sales flat. Number 4, returns and concessions have become a margin black hole. Returns aren't just a cost, they're a system. Return shipping or processing damaged inventory, resale restrictions, customer concessions, review impact, which then increases ad dependency. One product with a high return rate can quietly destroy a portfolio because it drags down conversion and forces more advertising to maintain volume. Number 5 is competitive price pressure. It's forcing sellers into worse decisions. This one is important because it's not only fees. Even as Amazon is experimenting with fee reductions in parts of Europe, like reported referral fees cut on some clothing and low-priced items to compete with ultra-low cost platforms, market pricing pressure can still compress seller margins. So the marketplace can get cheaper for customers while it gets harder for sellers to maintain profit, especially if your product isn't engineered for margin. The leak map is where profit actually disappears. Here's the exact map I want you to run through when you feel squeezed. Leak number 1, contribution margin per unit is outdated. Most sellers are working off an old spreadsheet. You need a live view of your COGS, referral fees, fulfillment fees, inbound placement implications, storage assumptions, return rate assumptions, and other costs, because the fees and conditions change. Example, peak fees have a defined window. So between October and January, if your model doesn't switch for peak, your Q4 profit may be imaginary. Your action here is to build contribution margins per SKU. You need a sheet that builds out your net margin per ASIN. If your peak margin is negative, don't hope. You've got no chance of being able to succeed on the platform. Leak number 2, you're paying for inventory placement decisions. You're not managing inbound placement fees. So they don't hit your P&L as a mistake. They hit as a fine, and that makes them feel unavoidable. But you can often influence it though. Shipment strategy choices, carton configuration, product size, pack changes, replenishment frequency. Amazon's help documents explicitly frame inbound placement services fees tied to shipment splits and the placement method. An action here is to treat inbound as a strategy, not admin. Leak number 3, low margin SKUs are consuming your operational costs. Some products are busy work that look good in sales, bad in profits. Bulky items with high fulfillment and storage drag. Low price items with poor contribution after fees. Items that trigger high returns. An action plan here is to look at your SKUs by contribution margin per unit, and also by the space they take up in FBA under the cubic feet. Look at the returns rates. Look at the ad dependency in terms of ACOS and TACOS. Then cut or redesign the bottom 20%. Leak number 4, your PPC is compensating for weak conversion. If your conversion rate drops, Amazon doesn't reward you with sympathy. It rewards you with higher costs. You'll need more traffic to get the same sales, meaning more ad spend. Good action step is, if your ACOS is rising, don't start with bid tweaks. Start with working on the conversion rates of your products. Look at the main image clarity. Look at the price, look at the pack size, the value, look at the review quality, as well as the clarity in your listings. 30-day survival plan. Number 1, stop the bleed, freeze growth on negative unit economics. If a SKU is negative after realistic fees, plus ads, plus returns, pause expansions. Don't reorder, don't promo, don't scale loss. Switch to contribution margin. You need to use that for your reporting. Your KPI isn't revenue, it's margin and metrics. Look at it per shipment, look at it per order. Kill the worst inventory. If the stock is slow and storage is stacking, you need to create a liquidation removal plan. Paying for months of storage to avoid admitting it is an expensive mistake and isn't going to help towards your contribution margin per unit. The second week, you need to remove fee friction. Look at your inbound strategy reset. Audit your last 10 shipments. Where did those costs spike? Did they split? Did the placement costs get too high? Look at your shipping costs infrequently and creating bigger placement problems. Use the documented inbound placement framework as your baseline. Use prep and packaging redesign. This is underrated. Small packaging tweaks can reduce dimensional weights and impact your damage rates. Look at the storage footprint, handling areas, even a small cubic feet reduction can help you massively. Week number 3, fix conversion before fixing ads. Listing conversion will help your costs and bring your margins into a more aligned focus. Use A+, use bullets, make sure you're using your unit session percentage data and conversion rate data from your reports to make sure that your products are fully optimized. Address the number 1 reason that you're getting returns in your listing. You can reduce returns rate with looking at truth and expectations. The best return strategy is prevention. Show size, scale clearly, show what's included, explain the setup, show the use cases, not suitable for X. Lower returns is higher conversion and also lower PPC dependence. Week 4, look at the defensibility. Bundle, pack, or improve margins. If you've trapped in price wars, you need an offer customers can't compare in one glance. Use multi-packs, bundles, unique variants. Look at the accessories that's included. Have you got a better warranty or support structure? Build an organic moat. Organic isn't magic. It's earned by improving stable conversion rates, low returns, building a strong offer with clean inventory availability. The mindset shift is all about making it look like Amazon isn't getting harder because you got worse. It's getting harder because the platform is maturing and the fee system is becoming granular. And yes, Amazon does sometimes reduce fees in categories for competitive reasons, like the reported European fees, cut aimed at lower price segments. But for most sellers, the survival game is still the same. You win by engineering margin, not chasing revenue. I hope that was helpful. Let me know your biggest survival tip for Amazon in the comments below, and like this video. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to learn more about building 4 simple steps to profitable scaling on Amazon, click up here and I'll see you in the next one.